So, welcome back. If you are a new person visiting my channel, I talk all about mental health and wellness. And this morning, I was studying in the book of Genesis, and the Bible I use on my channel is the New Living Translation. I had never shared that information. I just jumped on and started reading. So my Bible verses may differ from the King James Version and different translations, but the one I'm using is the New Living Translations. And it's just easier for me. Kudos to Sarah Jakes and everybody else who love King James Version. I think my uncle loves that one as well. But this one just breaks it down into layman terms. Well, I am 32, so I'm a young mother, and the Bible is really complex at times, but it doesn't have to be. It even has like a little, I guess, glossary in the back where you can look up certain things that you may be dealing with, and you can actually go specifically to where they talk about those topics in the Bible. And that's what I do. I am very elementary with it, but it is definitely elevating my life and getting me high in the kingdom. So I just wanted to share that the New Living Translation is maybe somewhere you want to start if you're brand new at reading God's principles and learning about how to operate in the kingdom if it's something you're interested in. Again, this channel isn't for everybody, but if it's for you and you like learning about the things that I talk about, keep joining on. I'm going to encourage you every single day. I am just so thankful too that I've been able to keep my commitments to myself. So that's something I want to encourage you to press play and record whatever you want to record. Make sure that you do it every single day for a consistent period of time until you get your following to where you want it. And then people can depend on you. They know, hey, Coach Jess is going to be talking about motivation. She's going to be tying it to the Bible. She's going to be sharing personal journey stories. And she's going to be talking about her life coaching experiences. So I was in the book of Genesis and chapter 19. So basically, the Lord heard about this place, and I don't know exactly where the place is, but it's about when the guy's named Lot wife turned into the pillar of salt. And I don't know what just made me think of that, but it's been on my mind for like 3 days. So I was like, I wonder where this story is in the Bible. And I Googled it and I found it. So it's in Genesis chapter 19. So verse 13 says the outcry against this place is so great it has reached the Lord, and he sent us to destroy it. Lot told everybody, but they thought he was joking. And it just, when I was reading it, I try to apply it to my life and how I can make it relevant right now. So sometimes you may think some people are playing, and sometimes people that don't know you personally, they may think you're playing, or they may think that they know you. But these people that you work with, these people you see at the grocery store, these people who you met through somebody, you don't know them. You don't know their life story. You don't know their history. You don't know what they think is funny, it's not, and not funny, when they're serious, when they're not serious. So I just want everybody that's watching this channel right now, take heed when people say stuff. Because what Lot was telling people is like, literally, these angels are coming to destroy the city because it's so out of order. And it's so much like negative things happening here, and people are so ungodly here that the Lord sent them there to destroy it. So he telling all his family members, all his daughters, all their fiancés, like, we got to get out because they're going to destroy it. And sometimes God will deliver you from toxic situations, toxic relationships, and you will be tempted to look back, go back, question what they're doing. You'll question like what somebody is telling you to do, to step out of that negativity, to step out of that unhealthy relationship, to step out of all that stuff. You'll actually go back and you will want to go back even though God is saying no. Like, it's time for you to leave. It's time for you to disconnect yourself from that toxic thing. It's time for you to let those drugs go. Let that guy go. And I'm going to turn my phone off because that's a distraction. But anyway, God will let you know, like, it's time for you to go. And lingering around, staying around, it basically will turn you into a pillar of salt. You will be stagnant. You'll get more depressed, have more anxiety, gain more weight, skin will start breaking out. You won't be able to prosper. Your business will start plummeting. You know, your energy, your spirit just to get toxic and get dark. And then you wonder, like, what is going on with me? You're not being obedient. So he was basically telling everybody, we got to go because these two angels are coming. God has sent them. The Lord has sent them. He's going to destroy this area because it's just so much going on. So it reads on to say, Lot hesitated. The angels took the family to safety. The Lord was merciful. So that goes back to what I was just saying. Sometimes God will pull us out of these toxic situations, toxic environments. But because we have been so attached to them like the umbilical cord, we have depended on these things, these people, this money, this item, this resource with everything in us, that it feels like it's a death when we let it go. And it's okay to hurt and to mourn for, but you have to move on to get to your bigger purpose. Or either you'll stay there, or you may lose your life. You may lose everything that you have because you are continuing to stay attached to toxic things. And your spirit and your mind is the first thing the enemy tries to use to win and to make you stay tied up and distracted with all this negativity and all this darkness that's out here in the world. So it says, one angel told them, run for your lives. Don't look back or stop anywhere. And they fled and went to a little place called Zorah. So do not look back. Once you get out of a toxic situation, and if you need help getting out of a toxic situation, I have been in an abusive relationship. I have overcome death. I have just been resilient and got out of a lot of negative things. So if you need help with that, I am a life coach. I'm here to assist. Send me an email in the description below. Get the information. Take the first step today. Don't wait. Because the longer you wait and the longer you stay in situations that are unhealthy, where people are yelling at you, cursing at you, just being around a person that curse a whole lot will irritate your spirit, especially if you have a high anointing in the kingdom and that you have a big calling on your life. So fighting, if you have to fight every day to stay in a relationship, if you have to curse somebody out just to get your point across, there are no good understanding, no boundaries. Your kids are being exposed to this modeling behavior, which is negative modeling behavior. Don't allow your kids to be subject to all this yelling and screaming and chaos, because it'll disturb their peace. And somebody using you and constantly disturbing your peace, like where you have no rest internally within your spirit and your heart, your stomach is always in knots. All that stuff creates health issues. You can love somebody literally to death. God is saying now, run for your life. And literally, it may not be that serious, but the first step towards getting out of unhealthy relationships, detaching yourself from unhealthy situations, getting yourself away from toxic people, people who use you and abuse you, just your spirit. If they're not even doing it just to you, they're using your spirit and draining your spirit of all of its anointing. So run for your life and don't look back. And if you do look back, it says in verse 26, chapter 19, it says, Lot's wife looked back and turned into a pillar of salt. And before that, Abraham had asked Lord, like, if you find people that's in this place where it's so much ungodly going on, will you still punish them just like you did with the wicked? And he was like, no, if I find 50 people, 20 people, 10 people, if I can find 50 good people, I will not destroy the city at all. And he didn't find 50 good people, so he still had to destroy it. But he was willing to allow Lot and his family to get out before he destroyed the city. And the same thing with you. God is merciful. God pulls you out of situations so that you do not have to have long suffering. You do not have to wander in the wilderness for 40 years. You do not have to go through these things. These are things that you are choosing to put up with. These are boundaries that you refuse to set. These are things that you are in control of. So if any of these words are resonating with you, or if you need help getting out of unhealthy, toxic situations, book with a life coach, book with a therapist, get yourself together. If you already depressed and have anxiety, get yourself on medication so that you can manage those things, so that you can think properly to get out of negative situations, because these situations will eventually drain you out to the point where you are no longer able to be a good mom. You are no longer able to be a good dad. You are no longer able to be a prosperous person in the kingdom with your business, with your ministry, with your mentorship. helping other people, delivering groceries, starting that YouTube channel, talking about cooking healthy recipes, or, teaching other people how to do a skill. These things, when you want to get out of them and you keep on running back to them and going back to them, God say no. That's why I was on my spirit, because I felt like I wanted to reconnect with something that was toxic from my past, not knowing, that God delivered me from that stuff. That stuff is no longer part of who Jess is. That part is no longer a part of the blessed tribe, where I'm going, who I'm impacting, the people I'm connecting with. Soon as you press play, soon as you choose yourself, God will put people in your path you don't even know. Like, I met my newest mentor through when I was seeking my master's. I got into one of her support groups, and her and I are doing big things together. I am finally a part of her organization where I can serve as a member, where I can get connected with more kingdom people, where I can get under her and receive more kingdom teaching outside of my uncle, outside of my queen Shanika teaching me how to keep my vibrations all in alignment, how I can connect with her. She's also really good, Miss Marva, with the Bible and how to implement godly principles to make sure that I am taking care of myself and representing the essence of God that's inside of me and who I represent. When you meet me on my channel, that's why a lot of people are connected to me, because it's real, it's genuine. I don't have to put on a facade to make people think something about me that it's not. I have been through a lot of unhealthy things, but with the help of God, with the help of his teaching, with the help of knowing that I can't look back, has helped me propel into my next level in the kingdom. Press and play on my channel, impacting so many other beautiful blessed tribe members. It has been such an amazing experience. So if you have got yourself out of a toxic situation, don't go back. Don't look back. Don't turn to a pillar of salt and be destroyed with the rest of the city. And I wanted to point out that the Lord said that if he could have found 50 righteous people, that he would not have destroyed the city at all, because he knew that some people were there doing the right thing. But evidently the city still got destroyed. So he destroyed everything. So don't try to be like other people. I talk all about how the eagle flies high. The eagle faced the storm. The eagle don't back down from, things that are intimidating. The same thing with you. Don't become like a buzzard that flock together with 20 of them. Get into the kingdom with other eagles. Get some love. Get healthy relationships. Get healthy models of how to model good behavior for your kids. How to be in a healthy relationship with yourself first. All these things, they come when you separate yourself and continue to do the works of God. Do not think that you have to be like everybody else. And you don't have to be super religious, super spiritual. You could be very down to earth, but have boundaries. Say, hey girl, I'm Jess. You're such and such. And I put up with this. I don't put up with that. I'm going to be here. I can't be there. Oh, we can go to dinner here. Oh, you have to set the tone for everything in your life. And you don't have to be like very narcissist, like a narcissist or anything, but you do have to have a very clear line of boundaries for yourself. And then other people, you teach them your boundaries, and then they'll say, oh, okay, well, I understand she's not going to be at every hog killing. Oh, okay, I understand that she's not going to let you talk to her crazy. Oh, I understand she's not coming here unless we are doing something productive, unless it's good vibes, unless it's going to be feeding me or I can feed it as a servant of God. So make sure you set up those boundaries. If you have got out of an unhealthy relationship or need help getting out of an unhealthy relationship, you can contact me. I usually work with like survivors. So that's people who have come out of domestic violence relationships. I'm more specialized in that area with my coaching. But, if you need help setting boundaries up with your friends to say, no, like don't call my phone after 10:30 because I'm tired and I got a child, I got a business, I'm working out, getting up early at 5 o'clock or something like that, drinking more water. No, I don't want to drink liquor all night, stuff like that. Like if you need help getting out of that unhealthy stuff or just setting boundaries or managing what you got going on in your life, it's definitely a good idea to reach out. I wanted to encourage you today. Run for your life. and don't look back. Looking back only will keep you stagnant, keep you robbed of your future, your kids' inheritance, your inheritance. Keep pressing forward. So I know I rambled on and on, but where I read from today was Genesis chapter 19, and I read verses 13. I scattered the verses, but they were verses 13 through 26. And just know, when you take that first step, every female that I have talked to, they have all said, once I took that first step and once I tapped into your energy, tapped into my personal energy, my confidence have increased, my modeling of behavior have increased, my relationship with my kids, with my fiance, with my mother, my sister, brother. It's been so many success stories that have come my way, not because of anything I did, but just because of me being obedient, for me encouraging people to reach out to say, hey, I'm here to speak to you if you're having these issues. It's just been life-changing for me. So take that first step. Don't look back. Don't be worrying about the city burning down, because the people who are not doing what God tells them to do in the kingdom, they're going to be dealt with. That's not your job to try to pull people in. That's not doing the right thing. Your job is to try to connect with other kingdom members and do what thus says the Lord. Say the things he say. Do the things he say do. And you will see a life change once you make that first step to say, nope, you ain't gonna talk to me crazy like that. Nope, that's a boundary. Nope, don't curse at me. I won't curse at you. We're going to be adults. Don't raise your voice at me. Don't put your hands on me. Once you start saying stuff like that, your confidence increases. One good decision going to lead to another one. You can't solve all your problems in one day, but there is some good in today that you can solve. So I wanted to tap on, welcome, subscribe if you like the information that I'm sharing. I'll be back tomorrow. God bless.